Hey you guys, welcome back into HeyokaHighPriestess. This is Christy. I am a seer, a healer, and a Heyoka empath, and I'm here to speak on some downloads. I did write it out, so it's smooth, it's a quick read. It's stuff that we've touched on before, but it is time for a little deeper exposure when it comes to like our legal system. There are some people in positions of authority wearing badges that should not be, because they are misusing their positions and the abilities or what they have at hand that should be used for safety, right, and protection is being misused in the other sense of, not protecting and watching rather than doing what is legally right. I titled it When Power Forgets Its Purpose. Okay? So, hi loves, my loves. I hope everyone's doing really well as well. Okay, I want to speak a truth today, a truth that's been hidden in the shadows, a truth that many people fear to see, but it's time to bring it into the light, right? Okay, there is an energy or energies that ride with titles, with badges, with positions of authority. And sometimes that energy forgets its purpose. Sometimes authority is meant to protect, to serve, to guard the vulnerable. And sometimes it becomes something else. Okay, something heavy, something dark, something that watches instead of protects. I feel it. I feel the energy of control, of obsession, of influence that is misused. Okay, and here's the key. When power is unbalanced, when it forgets the law and forgets the people it serves, it becomes dangerous, okay? It doesn't become safe any longer, you guys. So, but I am here to say this. No badge outranks the Constitution. No position outranks the law. Your rights, your privacy, your freedom of speech, these are sacred. Sacred in the 3D and by far sacred in the spiritual realms, okay? The seen and the unseen. The watchers are obviously observing, watching, protecting, right? Same with Mother Gaia. She literally every millisecond, even like whatever below is like faster than that, she watches, okay? So there is nothing to worry about. But it's for us to also be aware that, yes, we're all human. And yes, some of us go into these positions and we get the position of authority, of power, and we do great at our jobs and things. But, sometimes, like I said, we're human, over the years or over time. So, just like when people can get ill or, they get hurt on the job, or trauma can happen in people's lives, and these things that become personal, right, in our daily routines, in our daily lives, can affect our work environment, right? And so we have to know when to draw that line to see ourselves and to perceive it as, okay, is this the right position for me anymore? Am I doing the right thing? Is this morally, right? So, and if we're not checking in with those moral duties, not even just in life, right, that we value, but especially in a job, in a job where you took an oath, you do have to oblige, and you have to know when you are making the wrong turn, the wrong decision, taking advantage of the facility or the things that, you have within that facility to use to your benefit that are not legal. I just think it's important to also know, like, we all, yet again, are all human, and just as much as we can sit in position or we could be a civilian that needs to be protected, or and doesn't have that position, that ranking, we still all have freedom, the freedom of speech, our rights. We all have our rights, right? And we can amend those rights. So just know, no one is above them. There is no one above them except God and the watchers and all the realms that watch and are protecting each sovereign being that lives here on earth, okay? So I just want that to be known. So it's nothing to fear. It's being handled, but it's a reminder, you guys. We all have the same voice. This, like, we all can speak. We can all, stand for what is right for us. If we are feeling violated, and like myself, what occurred with me, and like my, my family, and the trust being like stolen, all these things I've said on my channel, and this is like my channel, my voice. I can speak. I have freedom of speech, correct, right? And I'm not listing any names, but when you are someone that is like psychic, or you intuit feelings, or you have actual evidence, documentation, yes, and the only way that to like get yourself as a whole human being out there to be shown that you're still alive, or that when you put in a police report and it doesn't, you get no response back, that's an issue. Okay? So we all get to say what we feel and speak, and those are our human rights, okay? And I think a lot more of us do need to start speaking up and saying what is going on, what is going on within this area of the world, right? These facilities, like these people that we trust, and we have to trust. It's almost like we have to trust them, right? Because they're a cop, like they're a lawyer, or they're a judge. Like, well, maybe this is what we're questioning now, and this is what God is questioning, and what God is shining the light on. Because at the end of the day, they are still just humans, and they took these oaths, and they need to be doing what's right by the oath, or they need to step down. Okay, and no more of this like code covering, when it comes to like the cops or the legal system. It's like no brotherhood should be happening there. I don't care if it's your sergeant or the newbie on the team. If you see something that is going wrong, and you are clocking in, clocking out every day and getting paid for your position, and you're not speaking up about it, and you're not only are some people can see and know what's going on, but maybe fearful for their own jobs, but not saying anything and allowing this person or people to do what they have done to civilians, to innocent human beings, knowing that possibly their mental health is not stable. And not saying anything about that, or their wife or their husband not saying anything about it and speaking up, that alone is I would call illegal. Like, how then do you think you're going to think that person is going to do well for their job, for the entire society, like for all the communities in the United States of America? Like, seriously, like, we have so much free will, and the people that we're supposed to trust, that we have to trust, because y'all have the badges for so long, too long probably, and you should be getting checked in on a psychiatrist and a therapist. Without that badge, you are just a normal person, okay? So no, you don't get to, no one gets to use like what they have at hand for ill will, or stopping someone's progression in their life, or stalking, or watching, just illegal activity, especially when it is an invasion of privacy and it's halting a person's job career, and or their union from coming together. You done wrong. Long time now. Put your sword down. Okay? I forgive you. All right. So listen, you guys. Okay. So know this. The Fourth Amendment is your shield. Okay? It protects your space, your devices, your communications. The First Amendment is your sword. It protects your voice, your creativity, your ability to speak the truth, okay? And that's what we all need to be doing. And we should all know these laws, you guys. Really, that is how the fear sits in people, and how some cops and some people, officials, can get away with this shit because they assume you don't know the law. And then even then, if you do, sometimes they can surpass that, and they shouldn't. I'm just saying, you guys, a lot of us out here, I know, like, and you know, some people are like, F the cops and stuff. Hey, like, no, it's not to do that. It's if you're going to stand and like fight for what you believe in and whatnot, you also too have to take responsibility. All of us do. We all have to take responsibility, and we have to know our end of it, and we should know these laws. We should. And we have to abide by the laws too, because I see both ends of it. I mean, like, my brother-in-law has been a cop for like 20 years, and he's an amazing cop, okay? And like, does an amazing job, you know? And seriously, like, it's like hard to see the other side for, you know, ones that choose to, you know, use their power for bad. But this is the time in this world, we all need to take responsibility and accountability for our actions, and for all of us to know our rights, you know, because seriously, like I said, at the end of the day, we are all just people. Strip us of our color, strip us of our positions, of our homes, and the money in our accounts. Strip us of all of it, and you guys, we are all the same. We are all the same. We are all energy. You wouldn't know who's who until you'd have to get to know them, because we'd all look the same. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, we can't sit out here like acting like people who I'm entitled because I have this, and I'm entitled because I have that, or the position I have, I can do this, that, and the other and never get caught. That's a no. And that is the silliest thing, and how to act like that. It's being ungrateful. This is just like an alert and a wake up call, a warning to people that do sit in these positions and use their power for bad, or, you know, for their benefit, or, you know, abuse the position that they're in, that they should be grateful that they're in, and to know you're not just putting you at risk, you are putting everyone in your family at risk for exposure, for jail time. I mean, to really think, the audacity and the entitlement to think that you're never going to get caught. I'm just saying. And the longer time goes on, it's like you wonder, right? You would think you would wonder, like, why hasn't, like, God, unless you're not someone, you think you're God, or you don't believe or something, but to think, I wonder why God's waiting this long anyways. I'm just saying, you think people out there that do these things think they're strategic and smart and witty, and you're not being watched by the Most High for one specific moment in time, and you're racking up all of those moments in time. I'm just saying, you also get a lot of time, each and every day, every second of the day, we all get that choice to take accountability, say our sorries, to tell the truth. So don't act like when all this comes out that you guys didn't know, or that you were, you know, my mental state or my unhealed wounds. No one gets that any longer, okay? Because it has been so long that there's no fear base anymore. You want to throw the ball out there. You want to do hard hitters. You better be able to take hard hitters. So it's the truth. I'm just saying the truth. And I'm telling you right now, the people that do this stuff, you're not stupid. You're not stupid. You're not dumb. When you're in these positions, you have to go get education. You have to get a degree. You have to go through the training. You're not an idiot. Okay? So you know what you do, and you do what you do. And you've all had time to repent, and you choose not to. So, you know, stand, lead when it's good, lead when it's bad. Take responsibility when it's good, take responsibility when it's bad. It is what it is. Okay? So, due process is your armor, all right? It ensures that no one can manipulate the system to harm you without oversight. And let me be clear, all right? When unchecked authority begins to overreach, when it seeks to intimidate, silence, or control, that energy is corrupting itself, okay? It is spiritually bankrupt. That is for dang sure. And it cannot stand in the light forever. All right, there is oversight. There are people above watching. Forgot about God, guys? He's everywhere. All the warriors, all the realms. We are the densest realm. This is the devil's playground. Okay, so you want to play with the devil. You want to sell your soul and think that greed and the big home and the status is all that there is. No, the strongest thing we have is what we authentically stand for and believe in, our morals, values, our honor. That's true honor. That's what true honor is sticking by what you believe in and your truth with good intention, obviously I'm talking about, and not just going with what Dick, Bob, and Harry have to say because you want to appease them in the moment, or you want to make them feel better because you know it will hurt their feelings. Things like that, you guys. When you stand tall in who the frick you are, that's how you don't get overpowered. That's how you don't get silenced, and you don't get played, and you don't get screwed over. I'm just saying. We all have to have backbones, and we stand on those backbones with what is true, you guys, okay? And with good freaking intent. And most importantly, sticking by what you say. Say what you mean and mean what you say. You guys, we need to stop lying and manufacturing narratives that are untrue, okay? Just to look good, or even with like the AI, like spicing yourself up or whatever. It's like, people don't even look like that in person. Like, it's like, wouldn't you be embarrassed if, okay, I'm going off the cusp, but I'm just saying, like, people think that they're faking people out here. You're not faking the ones that are the ones that need to be respected and have respect for themselves. That's all I'm saying, okay? Those are the ones that go far. Those are the ones that are humbled. Those are the ones that are led by God and do well in this world, and you call it lucky. They're blessed because they stay truthful to themselves and do not harm or deceive others. Just for sometimes these people out here, just for the kick of it, for the funny, for the laugh. Are you serious? Like, that's an embarrassment, first off. Like, who are you? Sit down. It's like all of us need to sit down. Just sit down and sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure we felt that, but anyways, I'm just saying, because at the end of the day, you're just deceiving and lying to yourself, and any black magic, all that shit you're throwing out there, it's just hitting you right back. The karma is here. You know what I mean? It's, when will we understand universal law? That's also it too, It's like, dive into spirituality a little bit deeper, okay? You guys, that is like the surface level of spirit. If you're working with like magic or anything, you should know universal law. All right. Thank you for letting me rant. Actually, it's not ranting. Everything I said is true. Okay. And let's just be better people. Okay. I don't think it's that hard. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so yes, there is oversight. There are people above watching internal affairs, civilian boards, federal protections, whistleblowers. Party of one? Okay, they exist. And when law is ignored, accountability is called. Always, okay? So, to anyone feeling targeted, feeling watched, feeling blocked, your power is not in fear. It is in clarity, okay? It is in the documentation. It is in standing firmly within the law and within your truth, okay, you guys? This is where, yes, you as a whole person get to stand in your own lawful duty of ways. Do not let chaos guide you. Do not let suspicion chain you, okay? Let the law protect you. Let your clarity guide you, and let the divine keep watch over every step. And when I was like talking about the laws, I'm talking like we have them all up there. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh. If we really think that humans alone in the 3D actually don't have anyone else watching them. I mean, come on, you guys. Like, there's enough chaos here and people are selfish enough, right, to not even care to help. Like, that's our problem. That's our biggest problem right now. We're so self-concerned that even though we're watching everyone else, being jealous of everyone else, when it's like, work on yourself and you'd feel amazing. It's simply that. Stop looking at everyone else. Stop comparing yourself to everyone else when you're you yourself, just you and you, are as amazing, beautiful, authentic being and have all the ability to grow, to expand, to dress yourself up, to dress yourself down, to learn, to prosper, or to be lazy on the couch all day forever, for the rest of your life. And be happy with that. To be a narcissist, to be funny, to be silly, to be whatever you want. And if we would just own who we are and be loving in that, and or if you were like, I want to be a narcissist, I might be a dick, go for it. It's like everyone else would probably respect everyone a little bit more if they just said how they felt and what they wanted to be, and no one then could judge anyone because we're all just being ourselves. You know what I mean? And even if you're like, I don't know who I am, I don't know what I want, I don't want to be pushed this way or this way because I don't know yet. You say that too. Because half the time, you guys, we don't. And we're so consumed with like, what are we supposed to be? What's our purpose? Even the whole purpose thing. It's like, just let's live in the present moment and try and get through our days without concerning ourselves with like getting frustrated or jealous or triggered by comparison. And that's what our world has like pushed us to do, to be this, be that, by this time, this date, by this many years. It's exhausting. And it's like, what do I get at the end of that? Do I get $1 billion? Do I get a freaking like plaque for not going to school for that? Like, what do I get? You just have you at the end of the day. Just know, you guys, we are in competition with ourselves. No one else is competing with you unless you are literally in a competition that you signed up for, that you had to train for or practice for. Then yes, you're in a competition with someone else. But if you are competing with someone else across this like screen, or like, I don't know, a celebrity or someone in your mind, and you don't talk to them or you don't know them, and you're not doing a race or something, you are just fighting your own self, your own triggers, your own insecurities. And you got to look at that. We all got to look at these things, okay? We have to. And I bet you the person that you're even competing with, that you think you are, had to go through their turmoil too. You guys could probably sit down and have a conversation about that and find a bonding moment. We all can find bonding moments with each other. I'm telling you. I'm somebody that can like get along with someone, even a stranger. I'm sure more than half of you guys can too. If you're not being a judgmental person, if you're giving a second of your time, of your day, to be kind. So could you imagine the people that we think we're fighting with, and we think we're controlling them, or we're in all these, even though we're not even talking to them? Could you imagine? Like, it's like, you could probably find something to make a acquaintance, become an acquaintance with together, because you'd find a common ground. That's what we all need to understand. If we just stop being crazy people out here, like attacking people for things that are wounds within ourselves that we need to care for regardless, because if it's not that person, it's going to be another person. Then it's not that person, you know what I mean? It just goes on and on. So we must look ourselves in the mirror. I know I'm getting super off beat, but I'm just saying this is a part of it. It's all a part of it. Everything energetically links. Everything makes sense in that way, when it can just go on and on and on. Because all I'm saying, until we fix what our issues are that bug us from outside of us, people, places, things, and get us triggered, until we look at those areas and figure it out, you will continue to be triggered, jealous, competing, competition, all those things. It just is. And once you heal that little piece, you won't feel that from anyone, even if they try and shove it in your face. You won't. You just won't. So I'm just saying. I know that went off like left, right, all the way around, but we're human. It happens. We always will eventually get there, right? Okay. I love you guys. Thank you. So just know, and I'm not sure if I said this already, but because one thing is certain, truth always rises, corruption always falters, and justice in some form always comes, okay? You are not powerless. You are not unseen. You are a star. We are all stars out here, but we have to believe in our own stardom. And I'm talking just, you guys, being a star is being happy within yourself, loving yourself more than you should love anyone else. You know, you got to love yourself first. You have to love, respect, honor, you know, keep yourself healthy, aware, consistent, sometimes lazy, cranky, whatever. As long as you know that you love you and you're sitting in your freaking truth, and you don't have to tell anyone that. You can, but know that if you're not harming anyone else, you know, you're loving you and you're okay. You are all beautiful humans, okay? We can all be empresses. A lot of us are earth angels. A lot of us are starseeds. A lot of us are indigo children, okay? We're all God's children. We all come from him. Mother and Father God, we all come from the stars, the cosmos. Yeah, we are each individually a beautiful, uniquely made, God knows every hair on your head star. Okay? So if anyone hasn't told you today that you're fucking amazing just as you are, I'm telling you. Okay? Even on your worst days, even if you're doing stuff like this, you're still special. You were made special, and I love you. Okay. All right. So, and your energy, your truth is your energy. It cannot be contained. So the law of the universe, the divine, God, the divine source, the Most High, they are aligned with you. All the spiritual realms, okay? Even the underworld, they are aligned with you. So stand firm, speak truth, trust the process, you guys, okay? This is the energy I am channeling today, okay? God wanted me to channel. Okay, so let this settle, let it heal, let it empower you. And I know I was all over the place, but that's the part of like channeling. I'm just saying, I forgive, and I hope we can all like learn to also release and forgive things that have happened to us. And I'm not trying to make that whatever anyone has gone through, I never would want to take away like what the impact of that has done. But just remember, God never gives any of us more than we can handle. Okay, we are turning what has happened to us into our power, into our own authority. We all stand and sit as authority figures in this world. And I'm telling you, when you surrender and when we give up a lot of like the traumas and stuff that happened to us when we were young and all these things, you release it, you give it up to God, you heal it the best you can. And you turn that into power. You turn that into creativity. You use that for your benefit, because that's how strong all of us are. We have been through hell and back, but we are here to rise. And I love you guys so much. I love you. Thank you. Also, I just want us all to know we need to start being here for each other, because we've all been through it. Different things. We've all been through different things, but God is really trying to unite us again, and to forgive ourselves, forgive others, and just know we are just human at the end of the day, trying our best out here, okay? So we're not going to hold on. I know I'm not going to. I'm not holding on to any hate or resentment, because it just keeps you stuck. It just keeps you angry, stuck, and frustrated, okay? So I just hope everyone, I don't know what everyone's been through, but just know, if you're holding on to that pain from something a long time ago, release it to God. Say, please take this off of me and turn it into power for me. Show me the way, show me the sign. He's got us all, okay? I love you guys.